You've been taught that real change needs an audience, that transformation must be posted, proven, and witnessed to count. But here's the quiet truth. Your deepest evolution happens in absolute silence, unseen by anyone but you. It's like discovering a hidden door in a room you thought you knew. You walked past that wall for years, convinced it was solid, until your fingers brushed a seam and everything shifted. That's the invisible quantum shift, reality rewriting itself while the world sleeps. Unaware you're already someone new. Culture glorifies loud declarations, but neuroscience and quantum physics tell a different story. Your brain rewires through silent, microscopic neural conversations, building new circuits long before behavior changes. And in the quantum field, potential collapses into reality not with fanfare, but in a whisper, triggered not by performance, but by coherence, the urge to broadcast your growth. That's the old self clinging to control. True transformation doesn't seek validation, it knows. It settles in your nervous system like a seed underground. No witnesses, no applause, just roots forming in the dark. By the time it surfaces, it's unshakable. You don't need proof. You need alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and physiology sync into a single frequency, the field responds, not to your words, but to your resonance. That's when reality reorganizes around you, quietly, completely. Most never step through the secret passage because they're addicted to being seen. But the door only opens for those willing to become in silence. Because becoming was never about being noticed. It was about becoming real. So real. The world has no choice but to catch up. You don't. Transform by doing more. You transform by becoming so deeply that action flows without effort. The non-smoker doesn't fight cravings. The creator doesn't force output. The athlete doesn't negotiate with discipline. Their identity is the behavior. No performance, no proof, just being. And that's why silence is power. When you stop arguing with your old self and simply stop being it, reality has no choice but to reconfigure. The quantum field doesn't listen to your words. It reads your state, and identity is the language it understands best. This shift begins not with grand gestures, but with silent rituals, practices done in private, far from eyes or validation. The most potent, conscious breath, inhale deeply, exhale longer. In minutes, your nervous system drops from survival into creation. Stress fades. Coherence rises. Your heart's electromagnetic field, measurable up to 15 feet, smooths into a signal the quantum field can't ignore. This isn't mysticism. It's physics. Your breath shapes your emotion. Your emotion shapes your heart's rhythm. Your heart's rhythm broadcasts your frequency into the field. One aligned breath carries more creative power than 100 frantic affirmations. Yet most overlook this simplicity, chasing more vision boards, more techniques, while the real key is subtraction. Stop feeding fear before sleep. Stop replaying old stories at dawn. Stop cluttering your inner space with static. Clarity isn't built by adding. It's revealed by removing. Ancient traditions knew this. Mystics prayed in secret. Yogis mastered breath not for health, but for alignment with universal flow. Christ said, "Enter your room, close the door." All paths point to the same truth. The ritual is for the field, not the audience. And when you practice this daily, breathing, embodying, aligning, something shifts. You stop chasing change. Change begins chasing you. Opportunities appear. Relationships recalibrate. Circumstances pivot, suddenly to others, quietly to you. Because the ripple started long ago, in stillness. Your coherence doesn't just reshape your life. It subtly influences everyone in your field. Through resonance, through morphic fields, through invisible threads of shared energy. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to prove. just be it, in silence. Watch reality bow to your frequency. The deepest influence leaves no fingerprints. People feel the shift, but can't trace it back to you. You've likely tried changing others through words, logic, or pressure. But real transformation in relationships often begins the moment you stop trying to change them and shift your own frequency instead. Without a single conversation, their behavior softens. Not because you controlled it, but because resonance replaced resistance. Like tuning forks, strike one and another across the room hums in response. Your coherence doesn't manipulate. It invites. At the quantum level, your body, when in coherence, creates a standing wave in the field. Once thought impossible in warm living systems, science now confirms your heart, brain, and breath can sustain quantum coherence long enough to broadcast a stable signal, and stable signals entrain. Just as pendulum clocks on the same wall sync over time, your inner rhythm becomes the pacer for those around you. You don't shout your truth, you radiate it, and the field reorganizes accordingly. But here's why many give up. A single ripple fades. Consistent ripples become waves. That sudden breakthrough your friend got, it wasn't luck. It was months of silent alignment finally crossing into visibility. The world calls it overnight success. You know it was overnight silence. Your presence alone alters atmospheres. Mirror neurons fire in others just by witnessing your calm. Your embodiment of abundance opens doors you never knocked on. No announcement needed. The ripple moves invisibly, yet changes everything, and you can't fake it. Chaos masked as confidence sends a distorted signal. But genuine coherence, even in solitude, moves the field with quiet authority. This is Wu Wei, effortless influence. The Tao knew it. Mystics called it the fragrance of transformation. Neuroscience calls it entrainment. All point to one truth. Who you are being matters more than what you're doing, so stop waiting for proof. Stop measuring impact by who notices. The stone has already hit the water. The ripples are moving, even if the shore hasn't felt them yet. Sustain your signal. Stay coherent. Let the wave reach the shore on its own time. Because the moment you stop negotiating with your old self, the quantum field receives a clear command. This is who I am now. Neuroplasticity locks it in. Neville's assumption makes it real. And reality, it has no choice but to reflect it. Quietly, completely, inevitably. No fanfare, just truth, embodied. You're no longer broadcasting static. Your coherence, quiet, steady, real, is already reorganizing reality around you. One day, evidence appears. A door opens, a wound heals, an opportunity lands with uncanny precision. The world calls it luck. You'll know it's alignment. But between the inner shift and outer proof lies what I call the silent gap. The unseen interval where most give up, mistaking stillness for stagnation. This gap isn't empty. It's where roots form, where the quantum field recalibrates probabilities, rerouting particles, timing, and circumstance to match your new frequency. Denser manifestations, careers, relationships, health, take longer, not because the shift failed, but because physical reality has inertia. Your only task in this gap: hold the signal, don't scan for signs, don't waver back to old fears. Just stay coherent, like holding a single clear note. Eventually, the whole orchestra harmonizes. You may not hear it yet, but the music is already tuning to you. And remember, this isn't about suppression. Silent transformation means true alignment, not pretending to be abundant while feeling lack, but genuinely embodying a new frequency until it becomes your baseline. That takes real work, rewiring your nervous system, practicing presence, letting your biology catch up to your vision. This silence isn't hiding, it's sovereignty. The quiet certainty that your shift is real because you feel it in your cells long before the world sees it. So, Trust the unseen. The secret passage is open. The ripple is moving. Your future is already being woven in the dark. You don't need applause. You don't need proof. Reality will reflect you in its own time. Just keep becoming quietly, steadily, faithfully. That's how mountains move. That's how lives transform. If this resonates, let one word in the comments be your energetic signature, your silent declaration to the field. And subscribe to stay anchored in this frequency, because the more of us who embody this truth, the more the collective field shifts, without noise, without fanfare, until the new world is simply here. And if you sense your breakthrough is near, watch the next video. I'll show you the exact signs that appear right before everything changes. Because when you recognize them, you stop waiting and start receiving.